Hey, Edgars from Funneltopia here, and in this video, we're going to create a training, an online course uh, related to corgi training and kind of like leash manners and kind of behavior modification and all kinds of stuff. It will be like a 4-week challenge. That will be the format, right? And obviously, I won't like build it out completely. I'll just show you how to like walk you through all the functionalities and how to do all the categories and lessons and how to kind of compile everything in a concise manner. And also after that, it'll probably be another separate video right after this. We're also going to do a course completion certificate to kind of motivate people to actually complete it. It's like a nice little bonus. And then we're going to connect that certificate to the actual course so it gets sent out automatically instead of just, instead of us creating one every time somebody completes a course and keeping track of that. So that's going to be kind of a little fun side thing as well. But yeah, I guess for now, let's just get right to the course creation. So for now, what we want to do is we want to go to memberships, courses, and products. Let's click on there. And over here, let's just create a new product. Let's just start from scratch, just completely new. Just like, as you can see, there's several options. It depends on the format that you want to do, but we're just going to do build your own completely from scratch. Let's do Corgi Command Academy 4-week challenge, right? And then we'll see the structure in a second, what it will be like. So let's create the product, and now we can dive in. As you can see, there's categories, and under them there's posts. And in this case, it's published, so let's unpublish it. Let's draft. And as you can see up top here, there's several categories. Before we start building out the course, you can see obviously there's the outline where we kind of will build out all the 4 weeks, and then we'll have the categories, the posts, all the proper names, and I'll show you how to go in and edit them. Obviously the details, which pretty straightforward. I don't think we're going to dive in too deep, but yeah, title, description, product thumbnail, which I guess we can do now. Let me just quickly do it. Yeah, if you just click on upload a new file, choose file, and then over here we have some stuff. There we go. Let's just upload. Yeah, we have something. That's not the ideal image I wanted, but for now. And over here under customization, like this is just like minor stuff, but let's just get it out of the way so we don't have to think about it. So obviously over here it's the heading, the headshot of the actual instructor, who's the main instructor of this course. And you can select the image here. Select image, upload. So that's all this stuff pretty straightforward. What their name is, title, dog trainer and whatnot, bio, keep it short, I would say. Logo, yeah, this is all favicon. That's just so you know, that's this icon here. It's usually like a small, like 128 by 128-ish when it comes to pixels, kind of, or it recommends even smaller, but I like to do slightly larger. But yeah, that's not nothing. Don't go too crazy. And this is the like custom code stuff, which at the moment, like tracking code, all that, at the moment it's not relevant, but if it will be at some point, we'll get back to it. Customize. This one, yeah, we'll probably do one that's just simpler. As you can see here, the formats, they require a lot of thumbnails. Like for each post, there needs to be a thumbnail, right? Like these ones, right? You can see there's there's replacement thumbnails in there. If I remember correctly, this one was the easiest one. It's just like a list of all the posts and modules and whatnot and categories. And it doesn't require thumbnails because that's a lot of extra work. As you can see here, if I zoom it in, right, it has like placeholders. It's just a lot of extra work. It looks better if you have them, but just so you know, we're kind of saving time here. You can change to it later if you want to make it look prettier, but it's kind of a minor thing in comparison. So yeah, let's go back. We've selected the bottom one. Customize offers. That's going to be a little bit later. That's going to be related to the actual, like the sales price. Comments, that's for interaction within the course. And let's go back. Certificates, yeah, this will be slightly after. Right now, we do not have a certificate, so there's nothing to connect, right? If we click attach, there's no certificate elements that we can select from. So after we set up this course, we're going to create a certificate separately, and then we're going to connect them together. And then upon completion, they receive the certificate. But yeah, a little bit more on that later. So as for the outline, I have like a rough outline here on the second screen. So what I want to do now, it's a 4-week challenge. So I'm going to do, the categories will be weeks, and under those under each category, the posts will be like the daily content of sorts, but we're going to try to actually go a little bit extra. Instead of dropping the whole 28-day content on their heads once they purchase or get access to this course, we're going to actually drip content. So which means that first they get access to like day 1 or day 1 and 2 or whatever, and then, once day 3 comes, they get day 3 content, and once, day 8 comes, they get day 8 content. So it's essentially just like a gradual drip of all these posts and all this information, right? So they don't get overwhelmed. So that's going to be like an extra layer, which is always a good thing for a challenge, as opposed to just a regular evergreen course where you just give them everything and they can go at their own pace. I found this to be a more motivating version to kind of do these types of things that are like short-term trainings. And yeah, it's quite the trend as of recently. A lot of people do like 5-day trainings or 30-day or 90-day or 8-week or whatever. So in this case, we just picked like a 4-week challenge, and yeah, let's try to do that. So for now, we're going to do 4 categories. Let's click on the first one, and that's going to be week 1. I'm just going to be copy pasting from the other screen. I have a brief outline. Let's do that. Blank post. Let's click on it. So that's going to be, we'll get to the actual content inside a little bit later, but yeah, let's do a blank post. That's going to be day 1, welcome and introduction, right? So under the weeks, there's going to be days. So let's save. And as you can see, the status here is you can keep it a draft. If it's like an actual live course and you're adding more content, you don't want people to see the unfinished content, right? We just have like modules that don't have any content. I would keep them a draft, but for now, it doesn't really matter as much. So obviously you can see the thumbnail, all that stuff. So for now, I just want to quickly build out the whole structure, and then we can dive in and like create an actual post. So yeah, let me just go back. And as you can see, actually, let's publish it right away. Let's publish it, right? So they get immediate access to this. Let's actually click on this one. I think I didn't save it. Blank category. That was week 1. Let's do this. Let's save it. That might help. Let's go back, right? Week 1, day 1. So we're going to create a few more posts under week 1. So there's going to be days 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 6 and 7. So let's create a couple new ones. So yeah, if you want to add more lessons or posts, or you want to, whatever you want to call them, I kind of use those terms interchangeably, post or lesson. And this one, the same category or module. So, just in case. But yeah, for this module, I want to add a few more lessons. If you want to put it that way, let's click on the plus, add lesson. And the next one is going to be called Understanding Corgi Behavior. Let's click save. Let's click another one, add lesson. Let's copy paste this text. Let's add this, save. Let's add another one just to close off the week. Add lesson. And we do this, right? So this is week 1. So I'm going to publish them already, but technically you want to do it after you have actually created the post, like added the videos and the downloadables and all that stuff. But here, yeah, you can do that. You can do published. You can publish all of them. Yeah, so these are published. All right, so we have week 1, and I just realized that we can't do drip content like this. So technically we can do, yeah, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So we can drip content whether there's 2 options. You can give them like the whole week's content, right? Just like week 1, they get all 7 days right now. And then in 6 or 7 days, they get the next week's content, the whole week. Or if you want to drip the daily content, which here doesn't give you the options, right? So in that case, you have to create subcategories, which will make sense in a second. Day 1. Let's do day 1. Let's bring it up here. And then under day 1, we can do lessons. Now let's drag it in. Here we go. And for those, you can do drip, right? So the first one, you don't need to do drip because day 1, they get immediately, right? And then for the next subcategory, let's do days 2 to 3. There's different ways of doing this, but this is just as an option, just to show you the functionality. Days 2 and 3, right? You can do this, or you can do like day 2 and day 3 separately. So that's an option as well. And then over here, you would click on drip 1 day, because it's 1 day after day one instead of, it's not 2 days. So just be careful with this. And it's always the drip is in relation to when they got access to the course. So day 4 will be 3 days after they got access to the course. So it will look something like this. Add subcategory, days 4 to 5. Yeah, it's over here. I got a little bit lost. Let's drag it in here. Okay, and then we can drip this. So it's day 4, so that means it's 3 days after they got access to this thing, right? And then the last subcategory would be days 6 to 7. It depends on how much you have in the course, so how many posts you need to do or lessons, whether it's just one lesson or you need to do like 5 separate ones, right? So it kind of depends on that as well. So let's drag this thing here. Oh, there we go. So that's all there. Day 6, that means it's 5 days after the beginning of the course. Let's do that and save. So in this case, I already published everything, but technically you need to, just like I said before, you need to build everything out in the back end, all the courses, like all the video trainings, upload those and all the downloadables and all that stuff. And then you set up all this publish drip stuff. But yeah, and then just to give you like a quick look, create category, this would be week 2, which would be, right, you add week 2, save, and then you keep adding the subcategories and lessons under those, right, for drip content. Or you can just do the lessons like I did at the beginning and just give them whole week's content. So there's kind of like 2 ways of doing this, right? And even this, you can split them up. You can split up the subcategories into like separate days. So it all depends on how you want to present your training. If you don't want to just drop it all on their heads all at once, right? So if you preview it, it looks something like this. So on the side here, see how there's no thumbnails necessary. It's just like a side menu and that's it. And here you can see like that this is the category, right? The week 2 is not available because it wasn't published. These are the subcategories, and under those you can have lessons, right? So under days 2 and 3, you can technically have like day 2, day 3, bonuses, right? You can have like several lectures, lessons, or lectures, whatever you want to call them. So that's that's kind of, you can structure it different ways. So let's go back. Oh, also in the setup at the beginning where I showed you logo, right? If you put in a logo, it goes here. So definitely add some logo here just so it looks better. Otherwise, this looks like a template. And over here, you can see at the bottom, instructor name, and their bio and all that stuff, and image, like a photo, like a headshot of yours. If you can add in that as well, that's good. So yeah, those all were the things we looked at the beginning. These will show up on each page when they go through the course. So now what we want to do is we can go to day 1 and let's just edit one lesson, or just kind of what kind of course content we can do, what the capabilities are in there, right? So let's go check it out. All right, so now at the course setup, kind of the outline. So we want to go and edit the first lesson, like the introductory lesson, right? Where we give them some information. There's an introductory video, maybe some attachments that they can download, like worksheets and charts and whatnot, or calendars. So yeah, let's go click on the first one. You just directly click on it. And you can select a video here. You can upload one if it's on your computer, or we can embed a video from YouTube. So I can show you in a second what that will look like as well. But yeah, this is the just to give you like an outline. Here, obviously, you can see the visibility. It's now published, which means it's available for, whether you click preview for your own needs, like we did just now over here, or, when someone gets access to the course, they actually see it. If you switch it back to draft, unavailable, it's only available here in the back end in the editing mode. Post thumbnail, that's what I talked about. Like when the whole course is visible, you can see like the little thumbnail images of like each training. Those are a bonus, but don't spend time on it. Attach files over here, so you can add files. So we're going to do that in a second. And here, the video, the title, that's already set. Under which category you can move around, like I drag them around. You can also switch them around over here. And here we can do the welcome to the course, right? And then you can do like my name is, and then I've been doing this for this many years and all, you know, who I am and all that stuff, right? So first off, for the two video types, if you want to just embed a YouTube video, right? So it's going to seem like a little bit tricky at the beginning, like kind of complicated, but it's nothing too crazy. So what you want to do is you want to click over here on the kind of like the source code button, and wherever you want to add it, you want to kind of like create a space over there, and this is where we're going to put in the embed code of the video. So here we're at the Funneltopia YouTube channel, just as an example. It's not a Corgi related video, but let's just use one of these. And what you want to do is you want to click share, and then you want to go to embed. And then there's like this whole complicated code that you don't need to worry about. You just click copy, and then you go back over here. You just paste the code in. Let's click save. And you can see the video is in here. So let's go preview it. And here we go. This is the text we added. This is the video, right? You can still center it and do all that stuff. So if we go back over here, yeah, it's kind of strange. You can kind of resize the whole window, right? Over here, you can see you can like center the text, or if you select this first line, you can click over here and you can do, well, you can do all kinds of formatting, right? You can link to it and all that stuff, but you can also do like the heading sizes, right? So if there's like a main headline and then there's like sub headlines and all that stuff, right? So you can do that. You can center the elements. Yeah, you can just kind of select this stuff and then you can center it. So yeah, that's when it comes to the to just embedding a YouTube video, right? So now we can try uploading a video. So if we select video, upload a new file, let's just see what it looks like and where that video goes, right, in the setup. So I'm just going to quickly find a video on my computer. Okay, it's been successfully uploaded. Here's the video. Download, remove, that's not necessary. Let's click save, and then we will click on preview to see what it looks like. There we go. This definitely looks much cleaner. I would recommend this option, right? This is just a random video related to the Good Corgi trainings, but this is not, you know, just to show you like as an example, and then obviously you can click on it and play it. I like to play it. It's really smooth. And I recommend this, the YouTube thing, the embedding. It's not as clean, not as good. This is a backup option in case you don't have them on your computer and like you only have them on YouTube and that's it. Like I've been in a case like this, right? Where this is the only option. So, you know, as long as I don't know why it didn't center, maybe I did something wrong, but yeah, you just select this portion, right? And you just click center over at the top. And then obviously this is the copy and yeah, as for the attachments, let's go back. You can also do attachments, add files. So I'm just going to, yeah, click on it. I'm going to choose like a random file, just a PDF that I have on my computer just for preview. Okay, so now it's been uploaded. Let's save. Don't forget to save, and let's go back and preview. I like kind of previewing things every once in a while just to keep everything in check and see if there's whatever breaks down, you know what it is and when it happened. So this takes like an extra few seconds, right? So now I just attached the file. So where does it show up? As you can see here, it's kind of you can click on it here. If you click on it, then it's going to show all the attachments, right? So that's one way of doing it. That's how, same as video, you can upload it. Or if you have some sort of a link to your attachment, you can do it a different way again. Again, a more like simplistic version, but this is completely fine. You can also do text and download the week 1 guide here. Download guide, right? And then you select this portion, do this, and then you click here, over here I meant, click on the link icon, and then you do the URL, right? You add in like a Google Drive link, for example. This one is kind of vital. I would do new window because I want them to keep this open. I want them to open the guide in like a separate window. If it's like on a desktop especially, you want to have the guide separate from the training video. You don't want it to kind of overlap or kind of close the other one as you're opening it. But yeah, just paste in your whatever it is, Google Drive, Dropbox, or whatever other link you might have, a download link. That's in case if you have a ready link, you can do it this way. If you have a file on your computer, do it the first way. So that's pretty simple. As for the other ones, pretty standard baseline stuff when it comes to editing. If you ever done like a text editor of any kind, Google Docs, Word, whatever, same, bold, italic, all that stuff. As for here, you can add in images, same as the video. You can add in images here, bullet points, all that stuff. So it's pretty simple. In each lecture, post, lesson, whatever you want to call it, you can build it out individually like this, right? And then in the end, click save, and let's go back. And this is kind of how you go through these individually. So yeah, that's kind of the outlook for this. Obviously, continue adding more modules and lessons and all that stuff just to make it a whole course, however long it is. You know, it might be 5 days, might be 12 weeks. You can drip it, you can go without dripping it. That's all on you. Just so you know, there's capabilities like that in here. In the next video, we will create a certificate, and then we'll connect it to this course. And then later down the line, we'll worry about setting up like a sales page for this, and then price points and all that stuff. To me, that's even, you know, a bigger topic than this. This is kind of just like an introductory thing. But yeah, let's get to the certificates in the next video.